Back. Hello. 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 Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? I don't know. Ooh. I don't know what is this back? I don't know. For the bitrate looks okay again. I might need to get rid of OBS and download it again because that seems to be an issue. Fucking ads. I'm back. Good. Okay. Well, we'll watch Caleb talk shit then, I suppose. 1 second. I need to get whatever the new stream is. There we go. Yes, I'm back. There we go. Yeah, it was fine. The bitrate was absolutely super duper for a second. For like most of the stream, and then it just dropped completely. So I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, we'll carry on. We'll carry on regardless. Where are we? Boom.
Yes.
Anyway, I stopped to just say, yeah, this is out of focus because of yesterday's technological snafus and today's. I've taken the thingamajig down to 144p, which is basically like watching it through a cataract. Cataract? Whatever. Anyway.
And the McCarran Act, McCarran Internal Security Act of 1951, was an anti-communist law passed amid McCarthyism. And it said that in a time of national emergency, the U.S. State Department would have a list, the U.S. Department of Justice, I believe, would have a list of 2 million subversives and communists who would be put in camps. That's what the law was. It was to be used against the left, and the courts overturned it, mind you. It was later in the late 50s, as McCarthyism was thawing, they overturned it. So is Alex Jones pointing to a true thing? Yes. Is he completely misrepresenting it? Yes. But I remember when I got an email from the Southern Poverty Law Center listing the top right-wing lies. One of them was FEMA camps. No such law exists. No camps were ever created. It's all a big lie. No, it's a real law. And there were actual camps that were set up. But the law was to be used against leftists and communists.
Right, but I mean, you already said it was overturned, and it was set up in 1951. So the idea that Obama was going to be doing a thing was still the racist conspiracy theory bullshit, because it had already existed throughout the entire lives of most of the people with this conspiracy theory mindset. That's the point, isn't it? Like, I can't speak to if the Southern Poverty Law Centre denied the existence of ever there being a law, but the conspiracy was still a conspiracy theory piece of shit, Caleb. Like, you're an idiot.
Communists, number one. Number two, the law was overturned by the courts. But there's something real there. And the response of liberals, though, Southern Poverty Law Center, Media Matters, oh, this is just right-wing propaganda. It's all made up. You're not allowed to know anything. You're not allowed to know any facts. You're not allowed to, you just have to, no, facts, no. Another example. You know,
Another example. That one wasn't an example, but another example. Okay.
Right-wingers on the internet, I think some of these anonymous people, they have a meme now to attack the LGBT community. They talk about LGBTP, P being pedophile. And they try to make it look like...
It actually stands for pansexual, doesn't it? But they're just trying to say, oh, they're pedophiles. It's the typical slur, but anyway. But Caleb's going to argue against that. Kind of.
The gay rights movement supports pedophilia, which they don't. Right? It's an awful homophobic slur. Right? And this isn't a long-standing thing. Conservatives have long said, oh, what? If we legalize being gay, next we're going to legalize pedophilia. Right? Long-standing slur. Right? It's a nasty, nasty thing people growing up, a lot of people that I went to school with would say things like pedophiles and gays, or all gays are pedophiles. It's a long-standing homophobic slur on the LGBT community. That's a reality,
Another ad
and
coming.
fighting against it is a good thing. But
what a time! What a time for that advert to play. But what's the but gonna be?
Was there a time decades ago where, unfortunately, NAMBLA was allowed at gay pride marches? Yes.
Is that true? Does anyone know? I couldn't find anything on that. Is that actually true? Did that actually happen, or is this Caleb being a shitbag again? It wouldn't surprise me, because Caleb doesn't like to talk about actual facts, so I have no idea, but is that actually true? I don't know. I don't know. See, again, we're at 0 drop frames. That's awesome. So why did it cut out? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Oh, it's so infuriating. We were getting through that really well. I mean, it's still okay. It's still going, but it's just annoying, Is there a law in American right-wingers have to have pinched nostrils asking for Ben Shapiro? No. Let's not stray into territory about phrenology or whatever. Although I suppose the nose isn't... Is it part of the skull? It's gristle, isn't it? Or something? I don't know. Did NAMBLA actually... Oh, God. NAMBLA Gay Pride. This is going to get me put on a watch list. NAMBLA Gay Pride America. Boom. North American Man Boy Love Association. 1991. Last month, a New York group called Stonewall 25 voted to bar the controversial North American Brits International. Founding member. Did NAMBLA march at Gay Pride? Let's have a look. On reason there is a reporting of the Fifth Column podcast, the episode linked former editor at the Daily Caller asserts that in the 70s and 80s there was a number of... Leaving aside the exaggeration of every single, is there any evidence that another member was welcome? Participant... I say welcome to me... the Wikipedia article on NAMBLA has a fairly well-referenced section about opposition to NAMBLA in gay pride parades. The article implies that NAMBLA had significant participation in gay pride parades prior to the 80s, but does not have enough detail to give a good answer. The Gay Activists Alliance, successor to the Gay Liberation Front and a prototype activist group founded in 1969, opposed legal restrictions on sex based on age, although this was never a focus of the group's activity. Hits the gay movement. In 1977, the issue of sex between adults and minors moved abruptly to centre stage and needed Bryant. Backlash. Save Our Children. The conference adopted Gay Youth Caucus proposal for demanding urgent rights for full gay, including a revision of the age of consent laws. But revision doesn't mean scrapping, does it? Statement of proposed undemocratic process. Okay, so NAMBLA tried to muscle in, basically, didn't they? But you're echoing the Daily Caller there. So Ben Shapiro, the guy... Yeah, no, I am obsessed about bit rights now because it's the thing that fucks me. So it's something I've had to try and learn about. So anyway, yeah, you've gone. You've said that Ben Shapiro is often wrong, but you're echoing the Daily Caller, who employ Ben Shapiro. You idiot.
And why did that happen? Why was there a tolerance for them in the past? We're talking, I think, 1993. Even in the 80s, they banned pedophiles from gay gatherings. But why was there somewhat of a tolerance for them in the 60s and 70s at gay pride parades? It's because of the fact that there was a big problem with the fact that many young gay men were molested. And
so gay people are gay because they were molested. But this is Caleb trying to debunk the idea that he's a homophobe. This is him arguing against homophobia, apparently. somehow. You're a homophobic shitbag, Caleb Muppin. Fuck you.
Many young gay men had, in their mind, some kind of confusion around that issue. And when in the 90s, the gay rights movement.
So, again, because they were abused, they had confusion about that issue. Caleb, you're not doing a very good argument. Not putting together a very good argument that you're not a homophobe. I mean, really, come on now, this is ridiculous.
Movement came to the consensus that we don't want NAMBLA around. We don't want them around. They have nothing to do with us. That was a great thing, and it showed that because of the gay rights movement, there was enough awareness around that issue. There was enough awareness around that issue that they could differentiate, and that changed. But did this happen? Yes, it happened. And the fact that it happened.
Did it? You don't leave any evidence for that, Caleb. You think you would, but you haven't.
Is deeply tragic. The tragic circumstances facing young LGBT people in the 60s and 70s and 80s. I mean, it was awful to be gay. I mean, gay nowadays, everybody knows about gay people. There's gay people on TV. There's gay people everywhere, right? But back then, that was not the case. And so, because of that, there was a lot of confusion. And there were some prominent LGBT activists like Allen Ginsberg and Harry Hay who made very problematic statements. And it's very...
Yeah, but there are lots of straight people for whom that's true as well, Caleb. NAMBLA isn't just made up of gay people, is it? There are straight people that are like NAMBLA adjacent or whatever. Lots of heterosexual people, pedophiles. You understand that? Just because you name significant numbers of homophobic tropes doesn't mean anything other than you are a homophobe, Caleb Muppin. Fuck you, you Nazbol twat.
Very sad. And the gay rights movement now has corrected that issue, and it's a good thing. But you're not allowed to know that. You just have to...
No, Caleb, you have to actually prove that. It's not a matter of... If you know it, show it. But you don't.
Shout homophobe at anyone who brings this up. No, it's an important issue.
Caleb, no one is saying that no gay people have ever been molested. The fact that you are linking that to pedophilia itself, as in... gay people are gay because they're pedophile, because they've been abused and therefore are more confused about whether that's okay or not, is itself a homophobic slur, a homophobic lie, which you admitted to at the start of this when you said that is a homophobic lie, and then went on to repeat the homophobic lie, you dopey fucker.
It's happened, and the gay community got over that, and the confusion in the gay community went away because homophobia was eroded. Now kids who are...
What are you... Oh, God, what are you talking about? Go back to writing your super chats, you fuck.
Growing up, they know they're gay. They don't think they're the only gay kid in the world. It's a victory, and it shows that homophobia has been defeated, and when there was confusion...
No, Caleb, you are a perfect example that homophobia has not been defeated. Your existence proves that.
Around that issue, that was the result of the tragic reality of homophobia. But you're not allowed to know that. No, you're just supposed to, and that's the way these things are. Even the way I just talked on there. I opened my live talking about Kenosha, Wisconsin. And I talked about the police state. And I talked about what is driving the escalation of repression here in the United States. I talked about it. I talked about the economy. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to know anything.
What? What are you talking about? I think he's doing the... If you're a class reductionist and only ever talk about economics and ignore like the racial factors, you get called on that by people on the left. But Caleb, that's not. It's not true that you can't talk about the economy. I talked about economics before, didn't I? I mean, I don't know why I'm saying that to Caleb like he would be watching this. But I've literally, in the bit where I was describing, reacting to Sam Harris, I was literally saying that economics is a part of that. So I've talked about economics. I've not seen anyone, correct me if I'm wrong, chap, but I don't think any of you have cancelled me. Which is a shame, because I need some of you to cancel me so I can do my I'm leaving the left video and rake it in from the Koch brothers. Sorry, Koch brother, lol. So if you could cancel me immediately, that would be super, super awesome of you. Thanks, guys. Yay.
Left-wing circles, you have to be stupid. You have to just be stupid.
If that were true, Caleb, you wouldn't be a lolcow. You would be a hero on the left. So, again, your stupid existence disproves the thing you've just said.
You just emotionally scream whatever the trendy slogan is. That's what you're expected to do, right? I'm talking about why political repression is increasing. I'm talking about why it's targeting the black community the most. I'm talking about why the government officials who probably wish it could be de-escalated can't de-escalate it. But no, you can't do that. This is stupid know-nothingism. Stupid know-nothingism, right?
That's a word. That's definitely a word. Definitely not the kind of nonsense that would be spouted by a stupid person.
You're not allowed to know facts. You're not allowed to know history. You're not allowed to know...
Well, let's talk about facts, Caleb, like the fact that trans women are women, a thing you wouldn't commit to saying, which is why this whole thing started, because Thoughtslime was reacting to you being a transphobic shitbag whilst pretending not to be a transphobic shitbag, whilst pretending that you were doing this under the guise of materialism, which you weren't. You were literally doing feelings over facts. But again, in your circles, in your transphobic circles, Caleb, you're not allowed to know facts. You're not allowed to talk about facts. It's all feels. It's all penis equals boy, vagina equals girl, and that is it. That's literally it. But you're not allowed to know facts. So, checkmate, synthetic leftoids.
No details, just whatever the trendy liberal slogan is.
Again, liberal. Just accuse everyone I don't like of being a liberal. It's fine. The Caleb Muppin, well, the tanky bullshit, yeah.
You just repeat it. And you know, these people think that they've won an argument if they can throw a slur at you.
Even though you've literally just thrown what is to you a slur when you say someone's a liberal. You've literally just done that to other people, Caleb. So, you know. You're a hypocrite. You're definitely a hypocrite. And you've got a weird, sad little face, and that's a shame. Anyway.
Right? I mean, it's classic, right? You know.
Classic.
If you call a right-winger racist, they don't care. I'm just telling you, that is a fact, right? They may very well be racist. A lot of right-wingers are very racist.
Yeah, you are, Caleb, yes.
But if you just say to him, you're a racist, you have accomplished nothing.
Just like if you scream at someone, you're a rad lib, you've achieved nothing.
But if you can...
So we've had 3 fucking adverts we had 1 before the start and then 3 during the middle and presumably 1 at the end. Caleb, mate, tone it back a little bit, mate. It's a bit money grubbing for an anti-capitalist, if you don't mind me saying. I know, yeah, throw the fucking memes at me, I know. You say you're against capitalism, but you exist in a capitalist society. I'm very clever. Yes, I know I just did that, but it's funny, because fuck it, he's a dick.
Dissect what they're saying, show how it is racist, show how it's not accurate, you have accomplished something. But if you do that, you're a big fat nerd, right? You're not allowed to know anything. The know-nothingism of the woke liberal mob ultimately serves imperialism.
The woke liberal mobs. Hang on, I'm gonna have to go back a few seconds because the next. Oh, that's whoa! What a still that is. Anyway, yeah, the woke liberal mob. Jesus Christ, this could be being spewed on Fox News. It genuinely could.
Know-nothingism of the woke liberal mobs ultimately serves imperialism.
Well, that is what I'm doing. Yes, via the good graces of his Lord and Saviour George Soros III, Jr., Esquire. Peace be upon him. Yeah, I'm serving imperialism. Absolutely, yeah, Caleb. That's totally true. And just throwing the accusation of serving imperialism at people, you've achieved nothing because it's literally just a slur. You're talking shit. No one on the quote-unquote synthetic left is in favour of imperialism. The fuck are you talking about? Again, you accused Thoughtslime of being in favour of imperialism, and Thoughtslime is literally an anarchist communist. They don't want states, let alone fucking imperialism. So, I mean, it's just nonsense. You're a shambles, Caleb.
Because they don't want this system to change. They don't want people to understand why things are happening the way that they are happening. They don't want people to understand that we can have socialism. I mean, we can have a society where the banks, factories, and industries are organized to serve public good and not profits.
No, we do want that, Caleb. We want those things to happen. That would be awesome. You're just full of shit.
They don't want people to understand it. They just want emotions, lots of emotions. Ah, you're racist. You're
that noise was sort of like Chewbacca if he'd taken in a breath of helium from like a balloon.
sexist. You're not allowed to know anything. Facts are off limits. And if you know facts, you're a big nerd face. You're a big nerd face. Only nerds read books. Well,
no.
I'm sorry.
Who's ever said only nerds read books? Well, Donald Trump, I suppose. But, I mean, come on. Who on the synthetic left has ever said that to you, Caleb? You're full of shit.
Facts, details, information. These things are rather important. Logical.
They are, Caleb, which is why whenever you deny a genocide and claim not to know about it, I have to think to myself, why don't you know about that? You seem to have read all of the books ever. They're all behind you. So why don't you know about the Uyghur genocide? Why don't you know about the Holodomor? Why don't you know about any of these things, Caleb? Are you a propagandist, a liar, a fraud, a hack? Yes, you're all of those things. Yeah, you are all of those things, Caleb.
Arguments, history, economics, politics. These things are rather important.
No.
If we're actually going to get out of the crisis that we're in the United States right now, it's not going to come from woke, liberal, emotions, right? It's good that people are
woke, liberal, emotions, as opposed to the other type of emotions.
Outraged about injustice. Good people are protesting. Good people are in the streets. But that...
many of whom are liberals. Woke liberals. You stupid bastard.
That in and of itself is not going to get us out of this mess.
No, but it's a start, isn't it? Which is more than you are doing, Caleb. What the fuck are the tankies doing to stop any of this? They're circle jerking on the internet. I mean, you're a joke. You're a farce. All of you. You're there to be milked like lol cows. That's all you are.
Meanwhile, racism and Trumpism and all that demagogy we're seeing at the RNC, that certainly isn't going to get us out of it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Caleb, you literally said, while sat next to Alexander Dugin, that there were things that Trump said and you cheered and applauded. So it's demagoguery, but you've supported some of it. So you've literally aided imperialism, you stupid cunt.
Of the crisis. In order to get out of this crisis, we need a scientific understanding of how society works. We need dialectical and historical materialism. And that is what I am trying my hardest to promote and explain with my work on these lives.
Look at that face. What a smug twat. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it quits for the evening, whilst my internet is still up running. We got only one crash in 2 hours and 10 minutes. Other than that, and that was only for a few seconds. I think we can put up with that. That's not the end of the world. It's certainly better than yesterday when it wouldn't do shit. So anyway, yes. Thank you all for listening and watching. I'll be back tomorrow. We've got plenty more Caleb. I might not do that necessarily tomorrow. Depends what comes up. Depends what news arises. But I've got lots of Caleb stuff for future time. I'll save that because we had that before when I couldn't play the Destiny Vosh clips. I used my first fallback position, which was just look at some War Corp shit to fill out a show because that was going to be like the main bit of the show, and I couldn't do it because apparently you can't stream banned people on Twitch, which is a bit odd. But there we go. But anyway, so that'll be my fallback position in case I need to just go to something. I'll go, oh, there's some old Caleb shit. Well, laugh at that twat. Anyway, yes. Good morning, Fiji. It's currently 8 a.m. in Fiji. They're getting up for a hard day's work, doing whatever they do in Fiji. Rugby. They do mainly rugby, I think, isn't it? Rugby and that's it. That's all they do. I have no idea about the economy of Fiji. Oh, fuck it. I'm in the mood. I'm going to look up the economy of Fiji. We're going to learn some things today. I'm going to teach you about Fiji. Well, I'm going to Wikipedia do it. Fuck's sake. The government, it's a unitary parliament, democratic republic. Okay. H&I. Hang on, where are we? Society, transport, ethnic groups. Where's government and politics? That doesn't make any sense. Where's economy? Yeah. So, tourism, naturally. Transport, there's an airport. Science and technology. Okay. So yeah, they're going to be doing some stuff. So they're a proportional representation of Fiji's exports. So unclassified transactions, that sounds very suspicious. 15% raw sugar beet and cane. Frozen fish, excluding fillets, obviously. Non-alcoholic beverages, NES. Bakery. Gold, non-monetary. Okay, so good luck to the largest sector of the population, those working in unclassified transactions, which is deeply suspicious, probably mafia. I think I need to stop talking about Fiji. I'll end up being... I'll get Fiji'd. And to all, of course, the raw sugar beet and cane workers. Anyway, enough of that shit. Well, I don't know. Yeah, tourism's a big thing. Oh, that wasn't even being shown on the screen, was it? No, I had these fucking pictures. Never mind, I Wikipedia'd it, and it was, yeah. There was a diagram, and it said the largest proportion was unclassified transactions, which is a suspicious phrase. I'm going to stop talking now. We've been going long enough. Stop this, Kev. Stop this flim-flam. Anyway, thank you all for listening and watching. I'll be back again tomorrow at 7 p.m. with some stuff. I don't know what yet. Doesn't matter. Where are we? Sorry, yes. Join me then, and I'll probably do something similar, because that's what I do. It's, I do stuff about things and that. Anyway, thank you all for listening and watching. And though the cowards sneer... fuck's sake. Never mind. Is there any point trying to do that bit of poetry now? Though cowards flinch and traitors sneer, we'll keep the red flag flying.